Do you know what time it is? I said, do you know what time it is? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some Dehannis Cowboys baseball. The playoffs start now. Yeah!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's regional semifinal matchup between the Knippa Rockcrushers and your Dehannis Cowboys, live here from Somerset High School. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series as the Cowboys lead 1-0 as they defeated Utopia 16-1 on Thursday night. Once again, this is game 2 of the best of 3 series, and if necessary, game 3 to follow 30 minutes after game 2. We'd like to thank everybody for watching here on Dehannis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube today. We'd also like to let everybody know that it is a cool 101 degree weather here. Weather.com says it feels like 107, but it feels like a whole lot more, just really, really hot. So gonna let everybody know now that if we happen to go off air, it's probably because the heat is just too much for our equipment. So we're going to go as long as we can, and we hope to bring you the game in its entirety. So once again, this is game 2 of the best of 3 series between the Dehannis Cowboys and the Knippa Rockcrushers, live from Somerset High School. Dehannis is the designated home team for game 2. Knippa, the visiting team, as they're fixing to get ready to introduce both teams. And during the innings, when they have music, we will turn the sound off so we don't get kicked off at all. So we can do our best and bring you the game in its entirety due to the music or this hot weather. Well, once again, welcome to game 2 of the best of 3 series regional semifinal matchup between the Knippa Rockcrushers and your Dehannis Cowboys. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome everybody watching here on Dehannis Athletics on Facebook and YouTube. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series from Somerset High School regional semifinal matchup. Knippa Rockcrushers versus your Dehannis Cowboys, as both coaches are set to meet at home plate with the umpires.
You're watching live coverage on the Dehannis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls! You're watching live coverage on the Dehannis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls!
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas. Just to take your time and sit down and have nothing in mind when you start. Just have good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Somerset High School for today's regional semifinal matchup between the D'Hanis Cowboys and the Knippa Rockcrushers. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series, as D'Hanis leads the series 1-0 as they defeated Knippa 16-1 on Thursday night. Game 2 getting ready to get played in this beautiful 101-degree weather with a good crowd on hand on both sides. Both teams represented real well. I'm sure the turf feels like 115 degrees as they get ready to get introduced right now by the NPA announcer. Once again, Knippa Rockcrushers versus your D'Hanis Cowboys, live from Somerset High School. Game 2 of the best of 3 series between the Cowboys and Rockcrushers. Once again, it's pretty hot out here, so we're going to keep and hope to bring you the game in its entirety due to the heat. Too hot for the equipment, so if at any time we go off, we will do our best to come back somehow, some way, as they introduce the Knippa Rockcrushers.
I'd like to announce our visitors first. For the Knippa Rockcrushers, number 1, Ryan Santos. Number 18, Nate Perez. Number 7, Landon Cox. Number 3, John Rees. Number 2, Preston Stevens. Number 11, Jaden Rattler. Number 15, Robert Zamora. Number 9, Carlos Quiroga. Number 5, Adrian Valdez. And the rest of your Knippa Rockcrushers. Now for the home team, D'Hanis Cowboys, number 28, Langfeld. Number 22, Haxerman. Number 14, Reyes. Number 6, Hedry. Number 11, Chavez. Number 20, Bridges. Number 8, Gonzalez. Number 2, Garcia. Number 4, Redden. Number 3, Tapia. And the rest of your D'Hanis Cowboys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you could please stand with us, you would remove your hat, and please join us in singing our national anthem.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the national anthem. As we get ready to get started here live on the Hennis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube today. Once again, this is game 2 of the best of 3 series regional semifinal matchup. The winner of today's series will advance to the Region 4 final to face the defending state champion Fayetteville Lions. On the mound today for your Cowboys is number 8, Dalen Gonzalez. Behind the plate, number 14, Ethan Reyes. Playing third base, number 4, Rain Redden. At shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry. At second base, number 2, JJ Garcia. At first base, number 20, AJ Bridges. And in the outfield from left to right, you have Leighton Herman, Luke Langfield, and Eusebio Tapia. Leading off the inning for the Knippa Rockcrushers under head coach King, assistant coaches Ortiz and Salazar, will be the catcher number 1, Ryan Santos, followed by Nate Bettis, who's pitching today. Playing third base, and number 7, Landon Cox. Playing first base, number 3, John Ruiz. At shortstop, number 2, Preston Stevens. Center fielder, number 11, Jaden Rattler. At second base, number 15, Robert Zamora. In left field, number 9, Carlos Quiroga. And in right field, number 5, Adrian Valdez. Once again, this is game 2, the regional semifinals. Knippa Rockcrushers, the visiting team, and the Hennis Cowboys, the designated home team for today's game. Game number 2, the best of 3 series, as we get ready to get started. Once again, leading off for the Rockcrushers is the catcher, number 1, Ryan Santos. First pitch coming up from Dalen Gonzalez.
Santos.
First pitch is a breaking ball in there for a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Santos. This time just a bit high, so 1 ball, 1 strike on Santos. Leadoff batter for the Rockcrushers is Ryan Santos. Gonzalez on the mound. Outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Santos. The pitch just a bit high. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Santos. Leadoff batter for the Rockcrushers. Santos showing bunt. And inside for ball 4. So Santos draws a walk. He's going to bring up the pitcher, number 18, Nate Bettis, to the plate.
18, Nate Bettis.
So Santos on first. And Nate Bettis at the plate. Gonzalez with the pitch. And Bettis pops it up in the infield. And good effort by Garcia to come over from second. That's going to be a long strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Nate Bettis. Ryan Santos on first for the Rockcrushers. Gonzalez with the pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Nate Bettis. Dalen Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. And we're going to have time called. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's game, Region Semifinal matchup, Game 2, the best of 3 series between the Cowboys and the Rockcrushers. Cowboys lead the series 1-0 as they defeated Knippa 16-1 on Thursday. Everything appears to be okay. So once again, Dalen Gonzalez on the mound. And he's going to check the runner at first. He gets back in time. So no balls and 2 strikes on Nate Bettis. Santos on first with the good size lead. Gonzalez delivers a pitch on the turf for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bettis. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3, and out number 1. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 7, Landon Cox.
Brings up Landon Cox, number 7.
So once again, Ryan Santos on first for Knippa, and Landon Cox at the plate. And Gonzalez checks the runner at first, and Santos gets back in time as the breeze begins to come in and the sun goes down. Starting to feel a lot better. Gonzalez with the pitch, and Cox fouls it off the net. So no balls and 1 strike on Landon Cox. Gonzalez with the pitch. Breaking ball just a bit high. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter with 1 out here in the top of the first. Knippa, the designated visitors, and the Hennis, the home team for game 2. The pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Cox. Santos on first for the Rockcrushers. The pitch in there for a called strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the batter. Runner on base, 1 out.
The pitch from Gonzalez. Hit. Fielded by Henry at short. Fires it over to first to Bridges, and not in time. So runners now on first and second for the Rockcrushers.
Allows the runner on first to advance to
He's going to bring up the first baseman, number 3, John Ruiz. With Santos on second, Cox on first for the Rockcrushers.
Brings up number 3, John Ruiz.
And checking into the ballgame, the courtesy run for Santos is number 4, Danny Garza.
Danny Garza, number 4, the courtesy runner.
Once again, Dalen Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. The pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on John Ruiz. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And Gonzalez going to check the runner. Ball makes its way into center field, but Langfield is there. And now they're going to have the runner. Nearly got him at second. Good hustle by Luke Langfield to be there to back up the throw. So the count remains 1 ball and no strikes on the batter, with runners on first and second. Gonzalez delivers a pitch, and it just misses. So 2 balls and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes on the first baseman, John Ruiz. Rockcrushers with runners on first and second. Gonzalez with a pitch in there for a called strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter. Once again, a good crowd on hand for both sides. A pitch from Gonzalez outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike on the batter. The pitch from Gonzalez catches the inside corner for strike 2. So the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on John Ruiz, with runners on first and second for the Rockcrushers. Gonzalez with the pitch. And they're going to call it a strike 3 as they caught the corner. That is the second strikeout for Daylen Gonzalez here in the top of the first. And up next is the shortstop, number 2, Preston Stevens. Not many people in the stands agree with the umpire.
Brings up Preston Stevens, number 2.
But runners on first and second for the Rockcrushers, with 2 outs. Gonzalez delivers a pitch in there for a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Preston Stevens. The pitch from Gonzalez, and Stevens going to get hit on the head. Good thing he was wearing a helmet. So the bases are now loaded for the Rockcrushers, and it's going to bring up the center fielder, number 11, Jaden Rattler.
Brings up number 11, Jaden Rattler.
So the bases loaded for the Rockcrushers. And once again, the center fielder, number 11, Jaden Rattler, coming up to the plate. Gonzalez with the pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Jaden Rattler. Gonzalez working quickly. No balls and 2 strikes on the batter with the bases loaded. 2 outs here. Top of the first. Gonzalez with the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Rockcrushers leaves 3 stranded. And the Cowboys get out of the inning. The top of the first as we head to the bottom. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Well, hello there. I bet you didn't know I am a big fan of the Hennis Cowboys and Cowgirls. So go get them and let's win. Remember, we are the Hennis.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Live from Somerset High School, leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield. First pitch coming up. Ball one. On the mound for the Rockcrushers is the pitcher, number 18, Nate Bettis. Behind the plate is Ryan Santos. The pitch outside for ball two. At third base is Landon Cox. Shortstop, Preston Stevens. Second base, Robert Zamora. At first base, John Ruiz. Bettis delivers a pitch. Catches the inside corner for a strike one. And in the outfield for the Rockcrushers, at left field, Carlos Quiroga, Jaden Rattler, and Adrian Valdez. Outside for ball three. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Langfield. The pitch outside for ball 4. So Langfield makes his way towards first base as he draws a walk. And up next is the left fielder, number 22, Leighton Herman. Shout out to 24/7 Baseball. Watching here on D'Hanis Athletics, Facebook, and on YouTube. One ball and no strikes on Herman. Once again, Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. And they're going to check Langfield at first. He gets back under the tag in time. So 1 ball, no strikes on Herman. Langfield's going. And he's just slide in safely at second. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Leighton Herman. With Langfield now on second. Bettis with the pitch. Herman swings and misses for strike 2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Leighton Herman. Once again, Luke Langfield on second for the Cowboys. And swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. Brings up the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes.
Number 14, Reyes, up to bat.
The pitch, breaking ball. Catches the inside corner for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Reyes. And Reyes swings and pops it up. And the shortstop, Preston Stevens, makes the catch for out number 2. It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Hendry. And Langfield making his way towards third. Ball gets by the catcher. And Langfield being very aggressive. Nearly went home and gets back to third. Well, 1 ball and no strikes on Ryan Hendry with Langfield now on third. Pettis with the pitch. And Henry fouls it back off the net. So brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Ryan Henry. Luke Langfield standing on third. And Pettis with the fake to third base. Gets back on the mound, resets. There's the pitch. Henry hits it. Fielded by shortstop Stevens. Fires it over to first. And they're going to say that the first baseman's foot was off the bag. So the run will come in as Langfield comes in to score for the Cowboys. And D'Hanis now leads 1-0. It's going to bring up the designated hitter number 11, Will Chavez, to the plate.
Brings up number 11, Chavez, for the Cowboys.
Henry making his way towards second. And he's going to slide in. They're going to say he is out of there. So Ryan Santos with the nice throw to second base for out number 3. So the Cowboys bring one in and now lead 1-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Somerset High School as we get ready to start the top of the second. And leading off for the Rockcrushers is the second baseman, number 15, Robert Zamora. Dalen Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. First pitch in there for a called strike. So no balls and 1 strike on Zamora. Gonzalez with the pitch, swing and a miss, first strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Robert Zamora. The pitch from Gonzalez, swing and a miss, first strike 3. And out number 1 here at the top of the second. That is the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Dalen Gonzalez. It's going to bring up the left fielder, number 9, Carlos Quiroga, to the plate. Gonzalez with the pitch and fouled off by Quiroga into the net. So no balls and 1 strike on the batter. Carlos Quiroga. Gonzalez with the pitch. In there for a called strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Quiroga. The pitch from Gonzalez. Quiroga fouls it out of play. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Quiroga. Gonzalez with the pitch. In there for a called strike 3. And out number 2. As Dalen Gonzalez seems to be finding his rhythm. So it's going to bring up the right fielder, number 5, Adrian Valdez. Gonzalez with the pitch. In there for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike on Valdez. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez with the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Gonzalez with the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. As we head to the bottom of the second, Cowboys leading 1-0. Dalen Gonzalez with 5 strikeouts here early in the ballgame. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas. Just to take your time and sit down, have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world, and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Regional semifinal matchup, game number 2, the best of 3 series. Will Shavi at the plate for the Cowboys. Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. The pitch on the turf for ball 1. Behind the plate for Knippa is number 1, Ryan Santos. Bettis with the pitch. In there for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Will Shavi. Landon Cox at third base. Preston Stevens at shortstop. Robert Zamora on second. And John Ruiz on first. The pitch. Ball 2. And in the outfield for the Rockcrushers, Robert Carlos Quiroga in left field. Jaden Rattler in center. And then Adrian Valdez in right field. Bettis with the pitch. Outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Shavi. Bettis delivers a pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. So the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the batter.
Full count on the batter.
Bettis with the pitch. Xavi hits it. Chopped down first. Good stop by Ruiz at first. And tosses it to Bettis. And Xavi slides in at first, but they're going to say his foot was there before Xavi got there, so out number 1.
Brings up number 8.
Up next is the pitcher, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez. First pitch from Bettis. Outside and on the turf for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Gonzalez. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Cowboys leading 1-0 in game 2 of the best of 3 series. Bettis with the pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Dalen Gonzalez. Pitcher for game 2 for the Cowboys. Bettis with the pitch. Breaking ball inside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike on Gonzalez. The pitch. Gonzalez hits it. Fielded by the second baseman, who fires it over to first for the second out of the inning. So up next is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia.
Number 2 for the Cowboys, J. Garcia.
Stay back on your rear foot for JJ. Find a cap.
The pitch from Bettis in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Garcia. Pitch on the turf for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on J.J. Garcia. Once again, Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. The pitch. Garcia fouls it out of play. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter, J.J. Garcia.
1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter.
Bettis with the pitch. High for ball 2. So deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Cowboys leading 1-0. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. As we head to the top of the third, D'Hanis hanging on to a 1-0 lead. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
For the Rockcrushers,
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Ryan Santos.
Live from Somerset High School. Leading off back at the top of the lineup for the Rockcrushers is the catcher, number 1, Ryan Santos. With Dalen Gonzalez remaining on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. Rain Redden at third. Ryan Henry at shortstop. JJ Garcia at second. And AJ Bridges on first. And in the outfield from left to right, Leighton Herman, Luke Langfield, and Eusebio Tapia. First pitch hit, fielded by Garcia at second. Fires it over to Bridges for out number 1. Up next is the pitcher, number 18, Nate Perez.
Brings up number 18 for the Rockcrushers, Nate Perez.
First pitch by Gonzalez. In there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Perez. The pitch. Breaking ball. Just misses. Just a bit high. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Perez. The pitch. Hit. Chopped over to second. Fielded by Garcia. Over to first to Bridges for out number 2. So back-to-back plays from Garcia to Bridges. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 7, Landon Cox.
Brings up number 7, Landon Cox.
Gonzalez with a pitch. Swung on, popped up, and going to hit the top of the net. So a nice high foul ball. So no balls and 1 strike on the third baseman, Landon Cox. So no balls, 1 strike. Gonzalez on the mound. Delivers a pitch. And hit to right field. And there to make the catch is Eusebio Tapia for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the third, Cowboys holding on, leading 1-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Well, hello there. I bet you didn't know I am a big fan of the D'Hanis Cowboys and Cowgirls. So go get them and let's win. Remember, we are D'Hanis.
Leading off the inning for the Cowboys is the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden.
Brings up number 4 for the Cowboys.
Once again,
Redden.
on the mound for the Rockcrushers is Nate Perez. The pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Redden. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Breaking ball hit by Red into third. Bobbled. Fires it over to first. And they're going to get him out on time. As Landon Cox
brings up number 3.
regained control and fired it over first to John Ruiz for out number 1. It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia. Bettis with the pitch. Outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Tapia. Outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Tapia. In there for a called strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Bettis with the pitch. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch from Bettis. Outside for ball 3. So the count's full on Tapia. 3 balls and 2 strikes. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Cowboys leading 1-0. Bettis with the pitch. Breaking ball. Inside for ball 4. So Tapia will make his way towards first base. And we're back at the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 28, Luke Langfield.
Lineup for the Cowboys, number 28, Langfield.
Bettis with the pitch on the turf for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Luke Langfield with Eusebio Tapia on first. They're going to check Tapia. Tapia's going to get back in time under the tag. Bettis with the pitch. Gets by the catcher. So Tapia making his way towards second. So to bring the count to 2 balls and no strikes on Luke Langfield.
Hey, look, bring him around now. Base hit. Run. Let's go, Luke. 1 out, Chavo. 1 out. Be smart out there, Chavo.
Bettis with the pitch. Langfield swings, chops it. Fielded by Bettis, fires it over to first, and Langfield's going to make it in time as he beats the throw. So runners on the corners for the Cowboys.
Bringing up number 22.
Up next is the left fielder, number 22, Leighton Herman. The pitch from Bettis. Langfield going. And he's going to get there in time. So 1 ball, no strikes on Herman. With runners on second and third. Langfield on second. Tapia on third. And Herman at the plate. The pitch from Perez. Herman with the shot to right field. And it's lost in the sun. So Tapia's going to come in and score. Langfield coming in quickly. And they're going to hold up Leighton Herman at third. And the Cowboys now lead 3-0. And up next is the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes.
Brings up number 14, Reyes, for the Cowboys.
First pitch is outside for ball one. So 1 ball and no strikes on Ethan Reyes with Herman on third. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on the batter, Ethan Reyes. Perez with a nice hard hit, gets good stop by the third baseman as he fires it to first. And Reyes will make it in time. Great stop by Landon Cox at third to hold the runner at third. And we have a courtesy runner for Ethan Reyes. Checking in is number 15, Kobe Fortner at first base.
Batter was safe at first, bringing on a courtesy runner.
So once again, runners on the corners
Fortner
for the Cowboys. And up next is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Henry.
Brings up to bat for the Cowboys, number 6, Hendry.
So Herman on third, Fortner on first, and Ryan Henry at the plate for the Cowboys. They're going to check Fortner at first, and he gets back in time under the tag. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1 as Fortner advances to second. So Herman on third, Fortner on second. No balls and 1 strike on Ryan Henry. With 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Cowboys have brought in 2 runs here this inning. And threatening for more. The pitch in there for a called strike. So no balls and 2 strikes on Hendry. Perez with the pitch. Outside, gets by the catcher. So Herman's going to make his way and score for the Cowboys on the pass ball. So D'Hanis now leads 4-0 as Kobe Fortner advances to third. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ryan Hendry. Once again with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Perez with the pitch. Henry fouls it back into the net. So the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch. Outside, gets by the catcher. So Fortner's going to come in and score for the Cowboys. And D'Hanis leads 5-0. That brings the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ryan Hendry. So once again, the Cowboys have scored 4 runs here in the bottom of the third. We're going to have a little timeout for some water. So once again, the Cowboys lead 5-0. They've scored 5 runs on 2 hits and 1 error that allowed some runners to come in. The Hennis leading 5-0 once again here in the bottom of the third. This is game 2 of the best of 3 series between the Knippa Rockcrushers and your Hennis Cowboys. The Hennis won game 1 Thursday night 16-1 over Knippa. Once again, this is game 2 of the regional semifinal. The winner of this series will advance to the Region 4 final next week to face the defending state champion Fayetteville Lions. And if necessary, game 3 is set for 30 minutes after game 2. I'd like to thank everybody for watching here on the Hennis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube today. I'd also like to congratulate your Hennis Cowgirls advancing back to the state tournament as they defeated Bartlett last night 11-1 down in Marion, Texas. Once again, it's pretty hot out here. So umpires and the catcher and everyone taking an opportunity to get some water as it feels like 110 degrees. And with everybody in the stands together, like a bunch of sardines. And back to play we go. Ryan Henry at the plate with 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Nate Bettis remains on the mound for the Rockcrushers. Bettis with the pitch. High and outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Hendry. The pitch on the turf for ball 4. So Hendry makes his way to first. And up next is the designated hitter, number 11, Will Shavy. And it looks like we're going to have a mound visit from Coach King. So once again, the Cowboys lead 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. They've scored 4 runs here in this inning. Once again, Will Shavy at the plate for the Cowboys. Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers.
Number 11, Chavez.
With Ryan Henry on first. Bettis with the pitch. Low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball, no strikes on Shavy. The pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Shavy. Once again, Ryan Henry on first. The pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Shavy. Hendry on first. They're going to check Hendry. And he's going to get there in time under the tag. Two balls, 1 strike on Ryan Henry. The pitch outside for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Shavy. The pitch. Xavi with a nice hard hit up the middle of the Pettis. Fires it over to second and to first. And the Rockcrushers turn in the double play. So we head to the top of the fourth. Cowboys lead 5-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start the top of the fourth. Up next is the first baseman, number 3, John Ruiz. First pitch from Gonzalez, in there for a called strike. And they're going to call it time. So no balls and 1 strike on the first baseman, John Ruiz. Pitch by Gonzalez, swing and a miss for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Outside for ball 1. And strike 3 for out number 1. That is 6 strikeouts by Dalian Gonzalez here in the ballgame. Up next is the shortstop number 2, Preston Stevens. Gonzalez with the first pitch. Stevens hits it and caught by Garcia at second for out number 2. So 2 outs. And up next is the center fielder, number 11, Jaden Rattler. So once again, Dalian Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Rattler. And the ball on the turf for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on the center fielder, Jaden Rattler. With 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rattler. Gonzalez with a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, Cowboys leading 5-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back. Mic check, 1, 2, mic check. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Game 2, the best of 3 series. Regional semifinal matchup. Leading off the inning is number 8, Dalen Gonzalez. First pitch. Inside for ball 1. So Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. The pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Dalen Gonzalez. The pitch, Gonzalez swings, pops it up into the infield. And the first baseman there to make the catch for out number 1.
Play made by the first baseman.
So up next is the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia. First pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Garcia. Low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Garcia with 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Cowboys leading 5-0.
With a 1-1 count.
A pitch. Garcia swings and fouls it back into the net. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bettis with the pitch. And Garcia chops it foul down first baseline. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes on Garcia. The pitch. Garcia swings and chops it down right field line. And it's going to just go foul as the wind blew it just a bit. So once again, the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. Second baseman, J.J. Garcia. A pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter, J.J. Garcia. Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. There's a pitch on the turf for ball 3. So the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, Garcia fouls it back. So Garcia hanging in there battling the full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The pitch on the turf for ball 4. So Garcia wins that battle and draws the walk. Up next is the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden.
Brings up number 4, Redden, for the Cowboys.
Bettis checks Garcia back at first. And Garcia gets there back in time under the tag. So J.J. Garcia on first for the Cowboys. Rain Redden at the plate. The pitch. Low and outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Rain Redden. Garcia with the good sized lead on first. The pitch outside for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Redden. The pitch high inside for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Rain Redden. The pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Redden. Garcia on first for the Cowboys with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Bettis with the pitch. Outside corner for strike 2. So the count's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Redden. The pitch. Redden swings and sends a shot to left field for a base hit. And Garcia will stand on second. And Redden on first. Up next is the right fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia.
Brings up number 3, Tapia, for the Cowboys. Runners on first and second with 1 out.
First pitch from Bettis is in there for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike on Tapia. Garcia on second, Redden on first. Tapia at the plate. Nate Bettis on the mound for the Rockcrushers. The pitch. Tapia swings and sends a shot to center field. And it's going to land in front of Rattler. And it gets right by him. So Garcia is going to come in and score for the Cowboys as the catcher drops the ball. And the Hennis now leads 6-0 with Redden on third and Tapia now on second. And back to the top of the lineup for the Cowboys with the center fielder number 28, Luke Langfield. And Langfield fouls it back. So no balls and one strike on Langfield. The pitch in there for strike two. So no balls and two strikes on Luke Langfield. The pitch. Langfield swings, chops it to first base. And Redden's going to come in and score. As the plate is made by Ruiz at first for out number two. And Tapia advances to third.
Brings up Herman, number 22.
Up next is the left fielder, number 22, Leighton Herman. Pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. So no balls and one strike on Leighton Herman with Tapia on third. Bettis with the pitch inside for ball one. So one ball, one strike on Herman. The pitch. Herman swings and misses for strike two. So one ball, two strikes with two outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Cowboys leading 7-0. Eusebio Tapia on third. The pitch. Low for ball two. So deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. And number 22 at the plate. The pitch. High and outside for ball 3. So full count on Herman. The pitch. And they're going to call it strike 3 on Herman. And the Cowboys will leave one stranded as we head to the top of the 5th. But they bring 2 runs in and now lead 7-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls! You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live from Somerset High School. Leading off for the Rockcrushers is number 15, the second baseman, Robert Zamora, with Dalen Gonzalez. First pitch. Catches the corner for strike one. Pitch is inside, so 1 ball and 1 strike on Zamora. Gonzalez with a pitch. Hit right up the middle to Langfield at center. He fires it over to first to Bridges. And Zamora reaches. And that is the first hit of the ball game for the Rockcrushers. Up next is the left fielder, number 9, Carlos Quiroga. So Zamora on first for the Rockcrushers. And the left fielder, Carlos Quiroga, at the plate. Gonzalez with the pitch and foul out of play. So no balls and 1 strike on the batter. Dalen Gonzalez on the mound. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. Rain Redden at third. Ryan Henry at shortstop. JJ Garcia at second. AJ Bridges at first. And in the outfield from left to right, Herman, Langfield, and Tapia. Gonzalez with the pitch. Gonna call that a strike, so no balls and 2 strikes on Quiroga. Zamora on first. Gonzalez with the pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch fouled back into the net, so the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Carlos Quiroga. The pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3 for out number 1. That is the 8th strikeout of the ballgame for Gonzalez.
Brings up number 5.
Brings up the right fielder, number 5, Adrian Valdez. The pitch from Gonzalez is high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Valdez. Fouled back, so the count is now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. With Zamora on first. Gonzalez with the pitch. Reyes fires over to first. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Valdez. Gonzalez with the pitch. High for ball 3. So 3 balls and 1 strike
3 balls, 1 strike on the
on
batter.
Valdez. Once again, Zamora on first.
Runner on base. 1 out.
The pitch. Valdez scores around, tries to bunt it, and fouls it back off the net. So the count's now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count.
Gonzalez with the pitch. Swing and a miss. First strike 3. And out number 2.
Brings us to the top of the batting lineup for the Rockcrushers. Number 1, Ryan Santos.
Now at the plate is the catcher, number 1, Ryan Santos, with 2 outs. With Zamora on first. Breaking ball in there. Just a bit high. So 1 ball, no strikes on Santos. And Santos is going to call time. It's going to be granted by the umpire. So once again, Zamora on first for the Rockcrushers. Dalen Gonzalez on the mound. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. The pitch on the turf for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. Inside for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Santos. The pitch. Santos swings and fouls it out of play. So deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Ryan Santos, the runner on first. The pitch from Gonzalez fouled back into the net. Count remains full. Gonzalez with the pitch, high for ball 4. So Santos will make his way towards first, and Zamora advance to second. It's going to bring up the right fielder. Excuse me, he's going to bring up the pitcher number 18, Nate Bettis. And Bettis swings and hits it out of play, so no balls and 1 strike on the pitcher, Nate Bettis. Dalen Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate with no balls and 1 strike on the batter. Runners on first and second. The pitch, breaking ball, inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Bettis. The pitch, hit, and finds this open spot, and Tapia's going to field it and fire it in to Bridges. So a base hit for Bettis, loads up the bases for the Rockcrushers, and brings up the third baseman, number 7, Landon Cox. We're going to have a little mound visit from head coach Todd Kraft with the Cowboys, as the Rockcrushers have loaded up the bases here in the top of the 5th. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is game number 2 of the best of 3 series. Regional semifinal. Game between the Rockcrushers and the Cowboys. If necessary, game 3 will follow 30 minutes after game 2. Winner of the series advances to the Region 4 final to face the defending state champion Fayetteville Lions. So Dalen Gonzalez remains on the mound for the Cowboys. Reyes behind the plate. Redden, Hendry, Garcia, and Bridges in the infield. And in the outfield from left to right, Herman, Langfield, and Tapia.
Brings up number 7, Landon Cox for the Rockcrushers. Presenting a base-loaded situation with 2 outs.
Gonzalez with the first pitch, high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Landon Cox. The pitch inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. Ball's hit, fielded by Redden. Steps on the bag for the force out. And the Rockcrushers leave 3 stranded. And the Cowboys get out of the jam. The Hennis leads 7-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
Well, hello there. I bet you didn't know I am a big fan of the Hennis Cowboys and Cowgirls. So go get them and let's win. Remember, we are the Hennis.
Nate Perez remains on the mound for the Knippa Rockcrushers. And leading off for the Cowboys is the catcher, number 14, Ethan Reyes. First pitch, Reyes swings, pops it up to the right fielder. And the catch is made for out number 1 by Adrian Valdez. And up next is the shortstop, number 6, Ryan Hendry.
Hendry, number 6, the batter.
First pitch in there for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Hendry. Henry swings and fouls it back off the net, so the count is now no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Bettis with the pitch. Swing and a miss. As the catcher drops the ball and fires it over to first for the second out. So they're going to bring up the designated hitter, number 11, Will Shavy.
Brings up number 11 for the Cowboys, Chavez.
First pitch catches the outside corner for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Shavy. The pitch from Perez. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Will Shavy. And Shavy fouls it back into the net. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the batter. Pitch from Perez. Shavy hits it. Fielded by a third baseman. Fires it over to first and over the head of Ruiz. And Shavy's going to make his way towards second.
Better safety to a pass ball, allowing him to get to second base.
Up next is the pitcher, number 8, Dalen Gonzalez.
Brings up number 8, D. Gonzalez for the Cowboys.
Relax, hey, relax, go. There you go.
And Gonzalez is going to call time. So Will Shavy on second for the Cowboys. Dalen Gonzalez at the plate. The pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Gonzalez. Perez with the pitch. Gonzalez swings and fouls it back. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. Once again, Shavy on second.
Anything close, anything close.
Gonzalez swings, pops it up into the infield. And Stevens is there to make the final out of the inning as the Cowboys leave 1 stranded. So we head to the top of the 6th. Cowboys lead 7-0. You're watching D'Hanis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be right back.
You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls! You're watching live coverage on the D'Hanis Athletics page, home of the Cowboys and Cowgirls. Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the most up-to-date and late-breaking information. And go Cowboys and Cowgirls!
Hi, welcome back. I'm certainly glad you could join me today because today is a very, very special day to me, and I'm glad that you're here to share it with me. So let's get started. Tell you what, I want to get you to try being creative on canvas, just to take your time and sit down and have nothing in mind when you start. Just have a good feeling and be happy and in love with life and your world and sit down and begin playing. Okay, now I'm going to wash the old brush. And as you know, we wash our brushes with odorless thinner, shake off the excess, just beat the devil out of it. I hope you've enjoyed this It's a super little painting. It'll teach you a great deal. And I want to thank you once again for sharing today with me, because this was a very special day. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting and God bless.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Somerset High School. Leading off for the Rockcrushers is the first baseman, number 3, John Ruiz. Once again, Dalen Gonzalez on the mound for the Cowboys. Ethan Reyes behind the plate. Redden, Hendry, Garcia, and Bridges in the infield. First pitch from Gonzalez, fouled back, so no balls and 1 strike. Herman, Langfield, and Tapia in the outfield. Gonzalez with the breaking ball in there for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Ruiz. So no balls, 2 strikes, and a pitch outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ruiz. Gonzalez with a pitch, hit right up the middle off the glove of Gonzalez, fielded by Garcia, fires it over to first to Bridges for the out. Good play by J.J. Garcia as the ball went off the glove of Gonzalez. And Garcia fired it over to Bridges for out number 1. So brings up the shortstop number 2, Preston Stevens, to the plate.
Number 2, Preston Stevens.
First pitch on the turf for ball 1. So 2 balls and no strikes on Stevens. The pitch hit and foul. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Stevens. Gonzalez with the pitch. Hit down first base line, and it's going to roll foul. So it's bringing the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the batter. Gonzalez with the pitch. Break ball hit to center field. And Langfield is kept right under it for the second out of the inning. Up next is the center fielder, number 11, Jaden Rattler. Gonzalez with a pitch, low for ball 1.
Rattler, the batter, number 11 for the Crusher.
So 1 ball and no strikes on Rattler. Gonzalez with a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs. Here in the top of the 6th. Gonzalez with a pitch, hit high to center field, and Langfield's going to come right and make the catch for out number 3. Cowboys lead 7-0. You're watching the Hennis Cowboy Baseball. We'll be back.
Well, hello there. I bet you didn't know I am a big fan of the Hennis Cowboys and Cowgirls. So go get them and let's win. Remember, we are the Hennis.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start the bottom of the 6th. Leading off the inning for the Cowboys will be the second baseman, number 2, J.J. Garcia, followed by Rain Redden, and in the hole, Eusebio Tapia. This is game 2 of the best-of-3 series. The Hennis leading the series 1-0 as they defeated Knippa 16-1 on Thursday night, and currently lead here 7-0. Nate Bettis remains on the mound for the Rockcrushers. The first pitch in there for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Garcia. A pitch outside and low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter. A pitch catches the outside corner for strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Garcia. A pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch from Perez. Garcia swings and fouls it off the back of the net. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Garcia swings. And it gets by the third baseman. Picked up by Stevens. The shortstop fires it over to first. And not in time. So an infield single for J.J. Garcia. Brings up the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden. And we have a mound visit from Coach King. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change for the Rockcrushers. And Nate Perez will finish the ballgame with 106 pitches and move over to third base. And now coming in on the mound for the Rockcrushers, moving from third base, is number 7, Landon Cox. Once again, this is a regional semifinal game, game 2 of the best-of-3 series. If necessary, game 3 will be 30 minutes after game 2. The winner of this series will face the defending state champion, Fayetteville Lions, in the Regional 4 final sometime next week. So Landon Cox now on the mound for the Rockcrushers. And at the plate for the Cowboys, the third baseman, number 4, Rain Redden, with J.J. Garcia on first for the Cowboys. First pitch, high for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes on Redden. Swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike on Rain Redden, with J.J. Garcia on first for the Cowboys. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. And J.J. Garcia steals second. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Redden. The pitch, breaking ball, and a delayed called strike 3 for out number 1. It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 3, Eusebio Tapia.
Brings up number 3, Tapia.
First pitch catches the corner for strike 1. So no balls and 1 strike on Tapia, with J.J. Garcia on second. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Tapia, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Garcia on second. Tapia fouls it back off the net. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The runner on second. 1 out. Once again, now on the mound for the Rockcrushers is Landon Cox. The pitch, breaking ball, and Tapia fouls it out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes on Eusebio Tapia. And time is awarded. So no balls, 2 strikes on the batter, with Garcia on second for the Cowboys with 1 out. The pitch low for ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tapia. Breaking ball, Tapia hits it, fielded by, as the ball comes out of the glove of Perez at third. So Tapia will reach safely on first. So back to the top of the lineup with Luke Langfield at the plate with runners on first and second. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Luke Langfield, the senior center fielder for the Cowboys. Garcia on second, Tapia on first. The pitch low for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes on Langfield. Low for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes on Luke Langfield with runners on first and second, with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And in there for strike 1. So 3 balls and 1 strike on Langfield. Runners going. Langfield swings and fouls it out of play. So the count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Luke Langfield. Breaking ball, Luke waits for it and sends it. And it lands in for a base hit as Garcia comes in to score.
A run comes in for the Cowboys.
So runners on the corners for D'Hanis. So Garcia comes in and scores. Eusebio now on third and Langfield on first. And up next is the left fielder, number 22, Leighton Herman. And Cox check third and has Langfield in the hot box. Tapia's going to come in and score, and Langfield's going to be safe at second. And the Cowboys now lead 9-0. Once again at the plate for the Cowboys is the left fielder, Leighton Herman. Luke Langfield now on second. The pitch outside, pops off the glove of the catcher, so Langfield's going to advance to third.
The runner steals to third base.
So 1 ball and no strikes on Leighton Herman. A base hit from Herman will end this game. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Langfield standing on third. The pitch. Herman sends a shot and goes shopping at the gap. And Langfield will come in and score. And that will be the ball game. As your D'Hanis Cowboys will win the series over Knippa 2-0, winning Thursday night 16-1. And winning today 10-0 over the Rockcrushers. And your D'Hanis Cowboys will advance to set up a rematch with the defending state champion Fayetteville Lions sometime next week for the Region 4 championship. So congratulations to the D'Hanis Cowboys moving on to the next round. When we find out the information of where they will play, location and time, place to be determined. So till next time, good night and God bless.